Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looks,
Yes,
looks,
sir.
looks
Well,
like Brad just made it home. He'll be on in just a second.
sounds good. Hello, all my lovely people. Welcome to another week of Lord Z's Fantastical Dungeon. Let's go ahead and work through some introductions here. Max, why don't you go first?
Hey. Hello. Tis I, the wonderful Maximilian, playing Yindra's Nightclaw and Hamish the Shadow Mastiff, here to fuck up some bitches, I guess.
Go. Eric might not be with us just yet. Oh, there he is.
Oh no, I'm here. I just
I'm here.
tried to
I'm
sit
here.
down and I stepped on
Don't leave
something.
without me.
I'm here, I swear. I promise. Yeah, I'm Eric. I played Lily, the barbarian. I have just stepped on something and wounded my foot. Luckily, that will not incapacitate me being a barbarian, and I shall rage. And it might. That's a thing.
Tell me, doctor, in your professional opinion, what's more serious, a foot injury or a head injury? If anybody gets the reference. Pam.
The real answer is a big toe.
Hi everybody, I'm Pam, also known as Miss Holly. She's a half elf sorcerer, and we're here trying to see what we can get done today. So that's exciting.
All right. Mike.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mike. I'm playing Godric, Goliath cleric. Um, I'm out to vanquish the evils of the world and keep my party from laying on the ground too long.
And last but not least, just making it home in time from the work commute, Brad.
Hello, everybody. I'm Brad. I play Erdon, the Firbolg Twilight Cleric. And, yeah, we'll see what happens tonight with him.
All right. Well, our.
You're lucky you made it back from work fast enough because Willie was talking about some soup with a leg. I don't know. He'd have to explain it to you.
Some grilla mignon.
Yeah, something like that.
Something.
It's a little tough, I hear.
I hear the brains are delicious, though. Anyways, our
Cantonese cooking.
wonderful adventurers have been on the hunt for some warlocks, some trapped in crystals, some not trapped in crystals, and trying to find their way home as they do. Their most recent exploits got them crash landed in the Feywild, pulled a deal to get the ship fixed with the help of a tribe of Haringons in exchange for rooting out a were infestation, a lichen infestation. Along the way, they met Erdan, who himself is a lichen. Uh, Went to the grotto where the lichens reside, killed the evil spider bitch because they didn't kill her in Act 1. I mean, because when she was banished, she went back to her home plane, which happens to be the Feywild. Turns out she was an Eladrin. Um, did that. Fitz willingly, I should say forcefully, forcefully, some combination of those two words, got himself bitten by a werebear and is now a werebear. And then they started the way home. And on the way home, they ran into Willie's daddy, quote unquote, who happened to be our Christmas special version of Santa Claus, Captain Claus. Some of the group was kidnapped by him and his crew. A couple of them managed to stay free and get aboard the ship as it was taking off. The last 4 weeks have been holy shit, this ship is on fire, and fuck these red caps. Before finally killing all the red caps, rescuing a bunch of Haringons that were enslaved within the hold, crashing into the side of a mountain, and making their way to the Eladrin city of Senalisi, where they had some words with the magistrate Acker, and arranged for transport back to Beasthide Burrows. Did I miss anything crucial? There's a lot. I just covered like 5 months of D&D and
Well, I mean,
that many
there's
minutes.
a shit ton of shenanigans that happened and all that.
Er,
But yeah,
Talking
you got
about
the gist.
the plot points. Just the plot points. So here we are.
My favorite part, killing the spider bitch, though. That's a good reminder every single session. That was nice.
My favorite part of the whole spider bitch arc was your guys' face when you realized she was who you had to fight here in the Feywild. And the lovely comment about it's almost like there's a tiny little god person with a complex fucking with us.
Yep.
I believe it was much more insulting when I said it.
It was, because I don't remember the exact words, but
Like, petty man-child of a god or something. It was very poetic.
something like that. Last week we finished off with the shopping session. Yurndris, you have your battle axe to pick up in the morning, getting a lightning infusion, which is paid for. Everything is paid for, but we'll go last chance around just in case you guys wanted to buy anything else you had missed last week. I'll pull all my stuff back up here. The archery shop, High Rise Archery, had vicious crossbow, some crossbow bolts, and a standard crossbow in stock. Some of the bolts did have energy attached with them. The apothecary had a variety of ingredients, as well as a bunch of scrolls, an amulet of health. After the potions you guys already bought, they had 1 greater healing and 2 potions of healing remaining. And then they had a manual of bodily health. The blacksmith was capable of adding elemental infusions or coding with a generalized magical enchantment, basically just adding a +1 to it. And then the pawn shop, I got to take that alchemy jug off there because Willie bought that. Had the spell rot tattoo, a ruby of the war mage, a ring of feather falling, some earrings of message, rings of warmth, and a ring of spell storing. Which, for anybody who doesn't know, the ring of spell storing, you can cast spells into that ring. It will hold the spells, which can then be released at any point you choose.
Yeah, but I'm wagering most of that stuff is attunement.
What's the price tag on that amulet of health?
Amulet of Health is 5,000 gold.
That's too expensive.
That's
But
not
it
one I
does
could
bring
roll.
your Constitution score up to a 19 immediately.
Yeah, I know. That's just a
Well,
solid
once you attune
5
to it.
times the amount of money that I have.
Yeah.
Is it still available?
Yeah, it's still there. It's 5,000 gold.
I'm gonna take it.
Alrighty.
Oh, man. Getting big
I
bucks.
haven't gone shopping in a while. You know, that's what I do. I'm cheap, or just spend it all at once.
There you go. I took off the gold
Oh, that
and
hurt.
the amulet's in your inventory. However, you are maxed out on attunement slots.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
So, I mean, unless you bought it as a gift for somebody else, you would have to unattune something to... Well, hold on a second. We might have a workaround, actually.
In times of needs, can I just decide then if I wanted to gift it to someone?
No, because attunement requires time, like typically a short rest to do it. You can unattune from the astral shard since you're attuning to the Bloodwell vial, because both of them can act as a spellcasting focus. You'll lose the option, the metamagic option on the astral shard is all. Which you don't really use a whole lot of metamagic. All that does is when you use a metamagic option, it lets you teleport to a point you can see within 30 feet.
Yeah.
But the Bloodwell vial gives you a +2 to all your attacks and saving throw spells.
So can I give the amulet to somebody else?
Absolutely. You can just drop.
Who wants it?
Miss Holly comes running out of the apothecary. I bought the amulet! Which one of you fuckers is gonna get it?
I feel like I need it the most because I almost died last session, but that's just me.
Okay. I'll give it to
It
you.
can go either way. Like, any of the fighters could use it realistically. I wear armor, so I wouldn't get it like the huge barbarian benefits for it because I'd have to be naked.
Going
Like
once.
we're leaning towards Yerndris or Fitz. Fitz hasn't spoke up.
Going twice. Going 3 times. Okay, Yandris it is. Here you go.
I think Hamish should get it.
Also, it came.
It's in your sheet, Yerndris, and I'll go ahead and click attune right away.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure if you guys are done shopping, that is gonna bring us to the evening.
The last thing I will inquire about is how much would it be to get a +1 light hammer?
A what? Cut out there.
A +1 light hammer?
Do you have a light hammer to get infused?
No, I need the light hammer and I need it infused. I need both pieces.
Wait. Light hammer. Isn't a hammer that's got light on it?
No, like it's weight.
Like an adjective, light. It is.
Okay.
Weighted lightly. So I can throw it.
Gotcha. Okay. Just double checking, because you know when you're talking D&D, it could go either way. You know.
A hammer of light, a lighted hammer, a lightning hammer. It's like just like fucking be specific.
The blacksmith would sell you one for 700 gold.
Okay, I hand him 500 gold.
You said 5?
500, yes.
He looks at the coin, kind of shifts it around, looks back at you and goes, it's not quite 7 there, sir.
Oh, 7. I am not paying attention. I will give him the other 200 gold.
Okay. He tells you it'll be ready come morning, along with Yerndris's battle axe. I'm putting it in your inventory right now, though.
Okay, there we go. My math is now correct.
All right. Anybody else got any last-minute shopping?
I'm gonna sell a couple things. Literally just 2 things.
Okay. What things would that be?
I'm gonna sell my hand axe and my hand axe of warning.
Okay. Where do you want to sell them at?
The blacksmith, I guess.
Okay. He'll give you 400 gold for both.
Okay.
Well, hold on now. I would give 200 for the hand axe of warning myself. I'll just buy that. I'll buy that off you directly. I'll
He-
say another hand axe. I love fucking throwing shit.
And he looks back at you and he goes, well, just the regular hand axe if you're going to sell, I'll give you 10 gold for it.
Well, damn. Just way to make me look bad there, bro. Unappreciative.
Well, all the values in the hand axe of warning. If you're going to sell it to him, then what I'm going to give you for the regular hand axe is going to go down. So, it's up to you. No sweat either way.
I'm gonna look at this guy. I'm gonna be like, goddamn, skills that. I'm gonna look at him and be like, look, man, that's fucked up. You should offer at least 200. Keep it fair.
It's
You trying to throw some shit with me?
it's literally a piece of
Oh my
wood.
god, are you fucking joking? Are you actually joking? Is that my life? I don't.
It's literally a piece of wood and a sharpened chunk of metal. She's lucky she's getting 10.
Well, I tried to roll intimidation over
I
there.
I
and
saw
then
that. You rolled double snake eyes.
once. Just gonna. Um, well. Fuck. I'm trying to walk away.
You're always welcome to pay her 400 gold for it. Or 390 gold for it. And then I'll pay her the 10 gold for the regular hand axe. And then she still comes out where it's supposed to be.
Here's what we can do. Here's a nice middle ground. I can just give Willie the hand axe of warning, and then I can sell that vicious scimitar that Fitz gave me and my hand axe, and then split the profits down the middle with Fitz because he gave me the scimitar in the first place.
Okay. It's your stuff. It's whatever you want to do. But Willie, he rolled an 18 on persuading you to pay her the 400 for the hand axe of warning.
Well, I don't have the 400, so that's more money than I have.
I know. I just did it for flavor.
I would. I'll just like kind of on the ground. Yaks and be like, thank you, Yendris. That was I frustrated and walked away.
Hand axe.
And then you wanted to sell the scimitar too?
Yeah.
That'll fetch you. Right in the middle. That'll fetch you 1,200 gold.
Ooh, snazzy.
The scimitar will?
Yeah.
I'll take the other half.
Oh, that's right. You're having it.
Having it.
There you go. I gave you half Willie at 600 your sheet. All right.
You gave who half?
I'm giving Fitz half.
Oh, Fitz half, not Willie. Sorry. Not you.
Can't move that hand axe in my inventory though, and I love you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll put it over there.
How
So
much is a platinum piece worth?
it's a 10-to-1 ratio. So 1 platinum is worth 10 gold.
Oh, okay. I just noticed I had some, so I was curious.
Yeah, if you want to run conversion and convert everything into gold, I'm perfectly okay with that. Hand axe of warning. There you go. Yeah, if you guys want to convert your currency, that's perfectly fine. It's 10-to-1. So 1 platinum is worth 10 gold, 1 gold is worth 10 silver, and 1 silver is worth 10 copper. I don't use the electrum or whatever it is.
So 10 silver is 1 gold?
Correct. All right. Anybody else got anything they want to do before nighty nights? Shopping, conversation, shenanigans,
Um, I'm going
tomfoolery.
to I'm gonna thank Holly very, very enthusiastically for giving me this amulet that will help me in the long run.
Of course. You're welcome, my friend.
That changes your hit points too, by the way. Which I need to do. Give me just a moment.
Now, I already asked last game, right? Didn't I? That if anybody in town had a ring or cloak of protection.
You did. They do not.
Okay, I thought so, but I just wanted to check. I have slept since then.
Check out that new HP, Indris.
I was chugging my drinky drink. Give me a second.
Yeah, you went up
Oh, damn.
36 points.
Much better.
Yeah.
Feel a lot safer now.
All right. Nobody's got anything else? Off to Nine Nights?
Night land.
All right. You all get a restful night.
Wait, what is your constitution without that ring, Indris?
No idea.
It was
Ow.
a 12.
Okay, because I was like, I only would get 16 hit points with it. Jeez.
Yeah, no, she went up 7 points and 3 modifiers. So,
That's what's up. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. But you all get a peaceful night's rest. A little cramped in the longhouse with all the Herringons. I believe there were 22 of them. Or so. But the night goes by without any issues. Morning comes. 2 Eladrins come in and bring you breakfast. Nothing too fancy. Some eggs and bread and some type of milk. Anything you want to do before you set out for the day?
Probably do some praying.
Okay.
Get my prayers in. Well, other than that, nothing major.
In case you're wondering, I always do my prayers at night.
Okay. Are we going to go pick up our weapons? Or are we just going to leave them?
Yes.
Okay.
I
It
forgot.
was a donation.
I thought about not saying anything, and but yeah, you guys go pick up your weapons, no issues. The light hammer and the battle axe. And they should already be on your inventories and whatnot. Yep. Good to go. All right. After a short-ish period of time, Magistrate Acker comes to you and enters and asks if you guys are ready to depart.
For sure.
But yeah,
Yes, we
yeah,
are.
definitely.
Good. I do have one small favor, if it's not too much to ask. We received word this morning we have a shipment ready for pickup. I don't particularly need anything from you, but I would request that the ship be allowed to go and retrieve our supplies prior to dropping you off. It would only add about 2 hours to your arrival time. Just needs to stop and pick it up, and then he'll drop you off.
I mean, an added 2 hours compared to 2 weeks worth of travel. I'm not seeing an issue with that.
Yeah, we don't see how that's a problem.
Yeah, no, we appreciate the lift, dude.
Wonderful. Well, the ship is ready. It'll be I had his name written down here. The pilot's name is Tect. He's in the primary departure tower, and you can take off anytime you want.
Okay. Well, as far as I'm concerned, I'm heading there and waiting for them to leave.
All right. Last chance. Nobody's got anything else?
No, sir.
All right.
Emptied my bags, replenished my supplies. I'm ready to rock and roll.
I do believe that me and Erdan are keeping a close eye on Holly's little stalker there.
Yes, you are. Go ahead and make perception or investigation checks. Or if there's any other particular kind of thing you're looking for, let me know and I'll tell you what kind of thing to roll.
I'm sorry, what was it?
Insight into her actions, trying to trying to divine, just trying to read her intentions, maybe.
Okay, so if you're trying to gather insight into her intentions, that would be an insight check. If you're trying to notice anything about her physically that might lead to some further information, either perception or investigation.
But we're all together as a group.
Yeah, you guys, nobody's wandered off or done anything. Pam, did you read the night before at all?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I'll join Fitz in the insight check.
Okay, go ahead.
And I'll use guidance.
I kind of see us kind of standing around in a circle. And yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I just put you guys on the map somewhere. That's
No,
not...
I know, I know, but I'm just laying this out that I'm picturing us in a circle and these two are intently looking at Miss Holly. So I'm seeing this.
Well, not Miss Holly, on the little herringon that won't leave her side.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So,
What's her name?
Misty, yes.
Or so she claims.
We'll find out.
What? I don't know why you guys are like not trusting her. What's going on?
Hold on, Pam. Before you do that, make a perception check.
She's a sweet little girl.
Fitz, you don't notice anything out of the usual with her. Erdan, you don't gain any additional information in regards to what she might be. As far as you can tell by watching her behavior and how she's acting, she gives no indications of plotting, planning, or causing harm to anybody. She's seems to be truthful in the fact that she wants Miss Holly to protect her and keep her safe. And Miss Holly, you definitely spot both of them like side-eyeing her pretty consistently from last night until this morning.
I look at them and say, what's going on?
Gonna kind of look at Fitz and just be like,
What's happening?
We're just killing time until we can take off.
You know that's not what I'm talking about. I seen your little vicious little eyesight going over here.
She said vicious,
No,
not bitches, just to clarify.
I was kind of curious for a second there, like,
Nope,
wow, she's mad, man.
that was a vicious, not a bitches.
It's like, damn, I'm back in Mean Girl High School.
That's another topic for another day. But what's going on? Why are you giving her like that? Is there
Hey,
something that they're not telling me that I should be aware of? Like, Did you guys notice something that I don't know?
Sorry, that laugh was out of character. Sorry. Erdan's gonna kind of just.
Keep in mind, Misty is still attached to her at the hip.
I was about to say, should we be
Oh, it's
talking
so
about her
awkward.
while she's standing right here?
Nope, this is literally like Mad Mama, why you eyeballing my kid in the grocery store right now?
And the kid is like right here.
Well, I mean, she's like half your height. Well, yeah, about right there. She comes up to like your rib cage. She's pretty short.
Cover your ears for a second, Misty. Okay, so what's happening?
I'm curious myself.
Just your normal overprotective step paladin thing.
Okay. Got Rick? Yendritz? Erdan?
Hey, I'm just curious as what these guys are curious about.
I'm not here to
You
to
o-
cause any issue.
you only noticed Fitz and Erdan looking at her.
Right.
Everybody else has kind of been on about their business.
Okay. Erdan?
Yeah. What it mean, Miss Pam? I'm as curious as I'm as curious as you are as to what these guys are seeing that we're not. That's all.
I'm just asking. Like, let's just throw it out here, right here. Let's lay it, talk about it, get it out of the system, and continue.
I don't know what it is. They want to eat her. I understand.
No.
It's okay, though.
That's...
Guys, you cannot eat them. We've been over this.
This is not a snack.
Not a snack.
Erdan's just gonna look at Miss Holly and just be like, if we want to talk about this, then we talk about this amongst our group and only our group.
Yes.
I just don't think we should.
I think I can sum up what Will is trying to say.
You
Herringans
want to
are
eat her?
Herringans are friends, not food.
Not like really cares about that, but sure.
That sound about right, Willie?
Yes.
Okay.
Friends, not food.
Food.
And not.
Got it.
Ollie's just gonna look
Although,
at that.
if they really do want to eat her, I mean, she does.
I've been
Not
writing
today,
recipes
Willie.
for like a week. I mean, if we're doing this, I'm ready.
Not today, Willie. Not today. Find some evil ones. We'll talk.
We're not putting barbecue on Misty. It's not gonna happen. So.
Yeah. Alright, so are we going to sit here and discuss the little Herringon, or are we going to go?
I assumed walking and talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Misty, it's okay. I just look at Misty and it's okay. They're just very protective. We're very protected with one another. They're just looking out for me. They don't know you yet.
Oh, okay.
That's all you ever have to say, Misty? Okay, moving along.
You hear a little voice in the back of your head say, "Thank you."
There you go. I say, there you go, inside my head, not aloud. Okay, that's it. We keep walking.
You guys make your way up the tower to the launch pads, if you will. You are waved at by a spring Eldrin. Guessing you're the ones who need the ride. I'm Tet. I'll be your pilot for today. Come aboard. We're ready to ship whenever you are.
I'll walk on up.
All right. Anybody not getting on the ship?
No, I'm gonna climb aboard the ship.
All right.
Look like a worthy vessel.
Make an insight check with advantage for your pirate background.
Is there a spot along the ship's bow, if you will, or...
I will put a map up
Side?
here in 2 seconds for you.
Okay.
This ship looks the most seaworthy vessel you have ever seen in your life, Willie. It's a shame that it's not going on the sea, but it looks very seaworthy.
They know their work here. This is a good ship. Should help on both that I can get on.
Absolutely.
Pretty.
But you all climb aboard, and no sooner than you're all on board, the pilot shouts out to the dock workers, ready to sail. They cast off the lines, and the ship is underway. I will put all of your tokens on the map. You may move them to reflect where you want to be for the duration of the voyage. This was one of the first ship maps I made, so pardon the sloppiness on it. Not my best work, clearly.
I want to move over to this hallway.
One sloppy. Draw a line and point at it.
Draw a line and point.
So I'm gonna walk up this way. As I walk up, I'm gonna call out to Fitz. Fitz, come check out this view.
I send a telepathic message to Sir Fluffy Butt to keep an eye on Misty. And I walk over.
Right. Along with the captain of the ship, there is one other hand aboard who introduces himself as Rote. Spelled rot, but it's Rote. A fellow Spring Eladrin, and they set underway.
Okay.
Go ahead and do whatever you guys want to do there.
Alright, so once Fitz joins me, I'm gonna look at Fitz and say, Fitz, I don't trust a lot of people. It's a natural thing, but it's obvious to me that you see something more in this young Herringon than you led us to believe. Would you like to fill me in?
Look, all I can tell you is that something about her just sets off every paternal warning I have in my head, and having as many children as I do, I've got a lot of paternal instinct. And I know, at least for sure, that I don't believe she's actually a Herringon. And according to Erdan, she's wearing a ring on her finger that registers as illusion-based magic. That is honestly all I know. Now, maybe there's absolutely nothing wrong there. Maybe I'm just being overprotective and I'm out of whack since it's, I'm so far out of my element right now. But it doesn't feel right deep down in my guts.
Have you consulted with the gods on their thoughts? And above table, I'm referring to detect evil and good.
Yes, I did. I did call upon some divine wisdom, and she registered neither evil nor good.
Okay.
No,
Wow.
if she detected as pure evil, I'd have already smoked her and burned her to a crisp.
Of course.
Okay. I will put out for Brad, for you, as a new player. Clerics have the ability to redo their spell list when they take a long rest. You just had a long rest, so if you wanted to swap a spell out for something else, because I think you have a couple of different types of detection spells that you can access, I would say go ahead and do that now. You'll just have that spell until the next time you take a long rest.
Okay. I've been kind of looking at that. Sorry. I have to use.
Yep, no worries. That's something we can retcon as well. not a big deal. But do that while conversations are happening here.
Okay.
All the other Herringons are below deck. I'm not putting 21 other tokens on the board, but they're all below deck while you guys are above deck.
Okay. Okay. Well, Pitson, I appreciate you bringing this information forward. I'll keep an eye on her as well. You know, I mean, Miss Holly is a dear friend of mine, so
And like I said, I don't have any definitive proof other than just something about her I do not trust at all. I I don't know what it is. I honestly I cannot put it into words to you. It's just something makes me feel oogie about it.
sure. All right. Well, we will definitely keep in we'll keep an eye on her. Suggest um maybe saving the interrogation stairs for when Miss Holly isn't paying attention. That way we don't have another mommy moment.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'll try to be more discreet.
Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, buddy. Well, let's enjoy our trip. We got some time, right?
That's very true. It's nice to fly through this area without having to constantly watch out.
Right. Nah, I'm hoping for a little breather as well. We've been through a lot lately, so.
Everybody make a perception. No, I'm kidding.
Good talking with you, my friend. Good talking with
No.
you.
I will say, Godric, Miss Holly, anybody who's like looking over the edge of the ship can make a perception check for me.
Yeah,
While some period
I'm-
of time stuff is going on.
I'm actually gonna, after I'm done,
Alright, then
just
you-
lean over the railing to look out upon the skies.
Okay.
An 18. Huh. One of the first times I get to see shit.
Can I grab Misty and get close to Gotrick and Fitz?
Moving when I'm trying to do shit. I don't follow
Oh,
you.
okay. So, nope.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Before that happens, go ahead, Yurndris.
Just kidding, I'm not actually mad.
We were just enjoying the view.
Idris is gonna walk up to Miss Holly and Misty, and he's gonna sit down on the floor. And he's gonna. This is a side of Idris that none of you have seen. Well, not that Holly hasn't seen, because you're the only one around me. And he's gonna talk in a very soft, low voice, and he's gonna say, "Hi, Misty. My name is Idris. I wanted to come over here and talk with you because I don't really know much about you, and if you're gonna come hang out with us for a little while, I want to get to know you. I see you've taken a liking to Miss Holly."
She does the shy kid meeting one of her parents at the grocery store for the first time things, where she just kind of like holds on to Miss Holly's arm and half hides behind it.
It's okay. You can talk to Yandris.
Make a persuasion check. I'll say with advantage because Yurndris approached it nicely.
Who does that perception?
You persuasion, and you do
Oh.
with advantage.
Oh shit. Hold on.
It's all right. Just roll it regular one more time.
Right there.
She kind of looks up at you and looks at Yurndris and doesn't walk over to Yurndris, but comes out from behind your arm, still holding your hand, and says, "Hello."
I look at Misty and I'm like, you could say a little more than that. She's okay. You can trust him. He's okay. You can trust him. Kind of push Misty a little bit.
You can see the fear in her eyes. She's very hesitant with everything. But she does say hello to you, Yurndris.
He's gonna look at her again and he's gonna go, how old are you, Misty?
16.
Okay. I had a daughter a couple of years younger than you. So I understand. I mean, I'm okay with it. But how are you handling being on another ship with all that happened on the last ship that you've been on?
And I'd rather be on the ground.
Oh,
I don't like being up here.
He is gonna hold down his little bag that he has very slowly, and inside of Anderson's bag, he has a stuffed animal of sorts, I guess you could say, that's a little tattered. He pulls it out of his bag and he's gonna hold it out to Misty, and he is gonna say, "This was my daughter Lyra's, her emotional support stuffed animal that she would hold whenever I or her mother was away from her. Um, I understand what it feels like being away from home and being on a place that you don't know. Um, so I want you to take this and uh, hold it whenever you're feeling like you're really scared. It can help with those thoughts and feelings. I'm just gonna leave it on the ground right here. Feel free to grab a hold of it if you would like. Um, Thank you for having this conversation with me, Misty. I appreciate you. I will see you later, Miss Holly." And he's gonna get up very slowly and walk to the other side of the ship.
That was really nice.
As you walk your way across the ship, you look over your shoulder and you can see Misty picking up the stuffed animal.
Can I throw something out there?
Yep, go ahead.
So I switched out my level 6 spell.
Okay.
For True Seeing.
Ooh.
And then I switched out one of my level 3s for Dispel Magic also. Just throw that out there. I just haven't figured out which one I can take out yet. But I'd like to cast the True Seeing on myself while they're all talking. If possible. Let me see if that works. Do I need to drop something on myself for that one?
Nope. Lasts for an hour.
Yeah, here you go.
Got it. If anybody else has any conversations, go ahead. I'm going to text you, Brad.
Got it.
But very secretive.
It's a whisper.
Oh, is he whispering him sweet nothings?
No,
We
we do that during game prep, not during game. Come on now.
Oh, that's very professional of you. See the look on Holly's face though, like you do what?
No, it was something else. Sorry.
Oh.
Anybody got anything else?
So
No, I don't think so.
Pam, you were gonna walk over to Godric and Fitz, weren't you?
Yes, sorry.
Okay, you're over there. The captain nearby, Misty in tow.
Captain,
Hello,
I'm Holly.
I'm Pecht. Nice to meet you.
This is Misty. Anyways, so Fitz, how you been?
Or did you say Fitz?
Fitz.
Okay.
I sent that text, Brad.
Yeah, I got it.
I guess I really haven't had time to stop and think in the last month or so, but other than really missing my wife and the kids, I think I'm doing pretty good.
Great, that's good to hear. That's good to hear.
How are you holding up with everything?
I'm okay, due to the circumstances, I can say. Better than what I thought I could possibly be, but I'm okay.
Good.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
kind of a tough spot everybody's in.
Yeah, it definitely has been rough couple of weeks. Well, I'm glad. I just wanted to make sure you were okay.
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I have to admit, I'm still kind of reeling from the finding out that you used to live in the orphanage. That's still a little crazy to me.
I know. I know. It's definitely something that I was not. Well, I never thought that scenario would have happened in my life, so definitely was not expecting it. But yeah, um, funny how life works sometimes.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I am pretty excited for the chance to when we get to the material plane for you to come back to the orphanage and meet everybody.
Yeah, I'm excited. Looking forward to it. Be back home.
Real quick, Brad, make an insight check for me.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
You can do your guidance on it.
Behind the scenes.
So
Insight, you said?
Yep.
does Miss Holly seem to be being sincere with that being excited?
I missed the last part of that conversation. I'm sorry.
Of course she is. Why wouldn't she?
that
She's
seemed very
just
reassuring.
about things and emotional. But she is sincere about being excited. A lot of memories, too. So it's kind of weird spot for her.
It is entirely understandable.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll leave you alone now. I'm gonna go over there and just check on Willie, see how he's doing.
Okay, well, if you ever need something, even if it's to talk or just sit around in companionable silence, I'm always here for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Hi, Willie.
Hello.
How you been?
I don't even know. Honestly, I've felt so weird since I got back from the box prison thing he had to endure. I had to endure. I don't know. I feel different.
Yeah, that's understandable. Okay, I just wanted to see how you were holding up.
I'm not dying.
That's
At least
always
not
good.
today. Yet. Yet today, I am not dying. At this
You
moment,
know
I
you
am alive.
We're not dying today, Willie. Not today.
Optimistic as ever.
And while she's at it, she's gonna go to her Dan.
You ain't gonna make this easy, are you, Pam?
She's helping me so I can get through the whispers with you.
There you go. Hi, Dan.
Hello.
How about you been?
Honestly, Erdogan's gonna be like, he's kind of tired. We have a bunch of shenanigans going on. I mean,
That is true.
all
It
that
has
stuff.
been a challenging couple of weeks.
Yeah. I see you made a new friend.
Oh yes, this is Misty. She's a little shy, but yeah, she's she's a quiet little tiny thing, but just trying to make her feel comfortable and safe. I'm sure that it's been rough and she's not too comfortable being in water, quite frankly. So just making sure right now that she's feeling okay and any flashbacks or anything that she might be thinking right now, hopefully it's not so bad since everybody else is kind of keeping her company, myself included, but I want her to feel safe with everybody else here.
Out of character, she's with us right now, right? She's standing right there with us.
Yeah, she's doing the casual hide behind Miss Holly's arm,
She's right here.
the shy kid thing.
I love how using the pillow as reference. She's like right here behind me.
Erdan, roll an intelligence saving throw for me. Or sorry, wisdom saving throw.
God damn it! Throw me off here.
I know. Okay.
Erdan's gonna look at Miss Holly and be like, I know Miss Holly and him haven't always gotten along, but he's gonna be much more, at least physically speaking, like his body language is gonna be much more not like angry or whatever. It's gonna be much more like relaxed, like he's around his tribe kind of thing. Like this is like he's just talking to his people kind of thing. And he's gonna look at Miss Holly and be like, would it be okay if he said hello to Misty?
Yes, of course. Of course. Go ahead.
And I'm assuming, let me make sure here, let me double check. Something. Erdan being, why do I not see this right now? Is he bigger? He's obviously bigger than Misty, right?
Oh, yes. I mean,
So,
oh, you don't have your stats filled out. How tall is Erdan?
I don't know.
He's...
Furbolgs are average of 8 to 10 foot height.
Yeah. So you're like damn near double her height. And then some.
Okay.
I I know that because in one campaign I played a Furbolg druid that I based off of Tommy Chong.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, so Ernan is going to basically he's gonna get down on one knee to kind of like make himself smaller, and try to put. I mean, he's still pretty big, obviously. How big is Misty again?
She's like 4 feet tall.
Okay, so yeah, he's like double her height.
If you're on the short end of being a furbolg, she's still half your height. So
we'll go with that. We'll go with being like the short end kind of thing. So he'll kind of bend down on a knee to kind of try to get down on her level, and I'm assuming she's kind of like doing the little kid. Oh shoot! I just realized I don't have my camera on here. Let me turn my camera on real quick and
it's all good.
kind of show you what I'm guys talking about. There we go. Can you see me now?
Yep.
Yes.
So I'm assuming that Misty, is kind of doing the whole like little peering around. You know how like little kids kind of run up behind your legs and they're kind of just like peering around kind of thing.
You can't see me, but she's got her both arms wrapped around Miss Holly's hand and wrist, and she's like holding it to her chest, and half of her face is behind Miss Holly's arm. So you can see like half of her face peeking out behind Miss Holly's arm.
So yeah, so Erdan he'll get down, obviously, make himself smaller, and he's just going to look at Misty. God, I can't talk today. And he's just going to kind of be like, you know, hello, my name's Erdan. What's yours?
So anybody around listening is going to hear what they've heard up to this point, with Misty doing the I'm Misty, you know, super shy, really hesitant to speak sort of thing. Erdan, in the back of your head, you hear Misty's voice go, I know you know what I am. I promise you I'm no harm. Miss Holly knows. I'll tell everybody. I just can't do it until I'm safe. It's kind of like that scene from Lord of the Rings when they finally get to the fucking woods and the queen elf, I can't think of her, Galadriel, I think her name is. She's like talking to everybody while she's telepathic with Frodo. It's kind of that kind of scenario. So like she's talking out loud, super shy, and at the same time you can hear her voice in your head.
Does Erdan, does he is he getting the impression that she's like lying to him or trying to deceive him or anything like that? Or
make an insight check.
Use guidance on that.
She seems legit.
Okay. So Erdan, he'll kind of look at Misty and just be like, you know, hey, we're glad to have you around. You know, he's gonna be like, I don't know much about Miss Holly, but she cares very much for her people, and I can tell you that. And he'll kind of like give her like a little that awkward like knuckle touch kind of thing. See if she kind of like, you know, reciprocates it.
She kind of flinches back a little bit. Not like a full flinch or a full withdrawal, but kind of like more like a sinking into Miss Holly.
I don't think there's no way for me to respond to her message, right? I don't think I'm anything for that. Out of character.
Out of character? No, you don't have anything.
Okay. So he's just gonna kind of.
You can try to talk back to her in your mind, but you don't know if she'll get it. So.
Yeah. Well, he'll just kind of just hold it out there. Like, he's not gonna be like super close to her. He's just gonna kind of just hold it out there, and he's just gonna look at her and be like, "You're safe with us," and just kind of give her that. Like, I don't know if you've ever had that uncle or that aunt that like knows you did something, right? But it's like, hey, it's between us kind of thing.
Yes.
Like, I'm not going to give up your secret kind of thing. So he's just going to kind of give that wink to her, and then he'll just kind of stand up.
Okay.
And then that's what I got for that one. Actually, let me do this then. At that point, where's Fitz is away from us?
Yeah, Fitz is up on the stern with Godric and the captain.
So he'll give Miss Holly and Misty a smile and kind of walk over here with Godric and Fitz and go join them.
All right.
When he gets over there, he's just going to kind of tap Fitz on the shoulder and kind of lean in and just be like, hey, we'll talk about this, or we should talk a little bit. It's not going to be like a super, like, he's not trying to be super secretive. I mean, it's obviously out there. Everybody's kind of seen them staring at Misty and all that stuff, but it's just kind of one of those things that it's like, hey, I'm not trying to interrupt your guys' conversation or anything, but like, hey, we should talk later kind of thing, if that makes sense.
Our conversation ended a while ago.
So,
We're
I wasn't
literally
sure if
just
y'all were
standing.
still talking.
No, we're literally just standing here. I'm leaning over the railing, just looking out over the seas, enjoying the trip.
There. Well, in that case, then allow me to change that. He's going to tap Fitz on the shoulder and say, hey, can we talk for a second?
Before you jump into that, anybody who made a perception check and was looking over and around the ship and whatnot, you see air currents moving systematically. Sometimes they'll come in from the sides and like push up on the hull, or sometimes they'll come in kind of at an angle and kind of like graze along the hull. But it's systematic, and Godric and Fitz, you guys being up by the helm, you would see that when it happened, it would happen while the captain was steering or making adjustments with the controls of the ship.
Oh, you're a wind elemental dude, huh?
Are you talking to the captain?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm just an Eladrin. What makes you think I'm an elemental?
Well, I guess maybe not elemental so much as either you or the ship seems to have some control over the wind.
Well, the ship is very much powered by air elementals.
Oh.
There's really only two ways to go about it. You can either enchant the ship using runic stones, or you can power it with air elementals.
And you guys went the air elemental method.
That's the
Fair
deal
enough.
we have worked out. It's actually where we're going. We're going to pick up a couple new elementals for our new ships.
They're not slaves, are they?
No. There is some slavery that goes on where we get ours from, but we make damn sure that the ones we get come willingly.
Hold up. We're going to a slave trading station to pick up
No,
the non-slave.
he doesn't trade in slaves. He just has slaves. But we don't take the slaves. As this portion of the conversation is going on, Miss Holly, Misty digs her fingers into your forearm, and you take 3 points of piercing damage.
See? Are you okay?
Yeah, fine. Can we go below deck?
Yes. Of course, I guess.
Just move yourself wherever you want to go, Pam, and I'll move Misty. Go ahead, Fitz.
Okay, so the guy's not a slave trader. He just keeps slaves.
Yeah. But he doesn't keep elementals as slaves. He I don't really know what he has as slaves. It's kind of hard to tell the difference to me between slave and not slave there, but the elementals aren't slaves.
Um, I'm assuming this guy is kind of pretty critical to you guys getting new elementals pretty frequently. Like, if you were to fall down a well full of hungry crocodiles, that would be like bad for you guys, right?
I mean, I wouldn't say bad, but we'd probably lose most of our flying ships within a couple of years. You do know where we're going, right? You're asking questions like you don't know.
No. No, we were just told you guys had to stop and pick up some supplies, and it would take about 2 hours out of the way.
Fucking politicians.
You're gonna hear this conversation?
Yeah, you're standing
We're
right there.
Standing here. We better.
He's gonna tap Fitz as Fitz goes to talk again and be like, "Hey, we really should talk."
The captain continues. Well, we have to stop at the Sky City. It's literally just a city in the clouds, just off the coast. But he only comes in every so often, typically when there's a delivery. Usually he hangs out over the ocean. But the Sky City is literally a city of elementals, but it's ruled by a djinn.
Alright, that is a lot to unpack right there.
Fitz, buddy, Fitz. Godric's going to speak up. Fitz, buddy. We're in the Feywilds. Let's not rock the boat until we get there and find out that there's evil going on. I see where you're going with this.
Okay. I'm gonna
Take it down a notch and let's find out what's going on before we decide we're going to kill somebody.
You can rest assured that we Eladrin want nothing to do with slavery. That anybody who comes with us and works with us is free of all that nonsense. But we can't force others to uphold our values.
I appreciate that. I do.
And
Thank you.
I do of course ask you not rock the boat, so to speak, while we're there. It would be quite the mess if we lose this contract.
Can I roll perception when he says kill somebody?
When he says what?
Nobody ever said anything about killing.
When he says kill somebody?
Nobody said.
I said accidentally fall into a.
No, I did.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Before we make plans on killing somebody, it's going to tell you.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll perception. You didn't hear it. You got the wind blowing through your hair. You're just like a dog with his head out the window of a moving car right now.
Okay. You know what? Fuck it. We'll let this lie for now. We'll revisit this later at a better time.
Upon turning around to face the conversation that's going on behind me, I'm going to scan the deck and see what everybody's doing.
Everybody.
I'm gonna take my trash out real quick.
Okay. Well, Erdan and Fitz are standing there with you. Yerndris, Willie, and Sir Fluffybutt, what are you guys up to?
Yendris is staring off the side of the ship, like he has his arms crossed and he's just leaning over the side of it, and with his head just looking down.
Sitting there with my back up against this barrel, I assume. Wait.
It's actually a mast. There's topsails. Like I said, this is an early map before I paid for licenses and stuff. So.
There. Sit there.
And Sir Fluffybutt?
He should be wherever Holly is.
Well, that's actually what I'm leading to.
Okay. He's not able to fit down the stairwell, so he stopped.
And I'm going to look at Fitz and go, your your trusty steed isn't where your trusty steed's supposed to be, buddy.
Um. Okay. Erdan, I'm going down to the hold. Walk with me and tell me what you have to tell me.
Okie doke.
While you guys
really
are
hope you're not going to tell me something I don't want to hear.
while you guys are walking, before you get to your portion of the conversation, Miss Holly, you went down below deck with Misty. Did you do anything while this conversation was going on?
Well, she's the one that scratched me and took damage, so I was asking her, like, are you okay? And then she's the one that wanted to talk stuff.
Yeah, she kind of does. Out loud, she'll tell you she's fine. Inside your head, she will tell you a bunch of information that I'm going to text you. Which I should have done already. That's my bad.
Okay. Where the air Miss multitasking?
Trying.
When you do that,
yeah.
Miss Holly's gonna look around the low deck and kind of see.
You just see the Herringons chilling. Normal ship supplies, nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, just floating around.
Erdan and Fitz, go ahead with your brief in transit conversation.
It just Fitz and I? Where's Godric with us?
If you guys are walking, I'm walking with you. Because now, because you guys got my curiosity piqued as to what's going on with this odd Herringon.
So, Erdan, as we're walking, when we get to like a small section, he's gonna that's like away from everybody else, where they can kind of have just a quick private conversation. He's gonna look at Fitz, and out of character, I know Godric's not gonna understand this, but back in character, he's gonna look at Fitz and be like, "She really needs our help."
The one we're protecting, or the one that's being protected by her?
The one that's being protected by her.
She needs our help, so I'm assuming you're saying that she is not a threat to us or Miss Holly?
Based on everything that I have seen, I have no reason to believe that she would be. She hasn't given me any inclination to it, and, well, let's put it this way. I don't want to tell you everything because I don't want you to go off the rails. And I also don't know the full story. So
you're telling me I shouldn't go down there and just immediately cast Dispel Magic on her?
I'm saying that maybe we have a conversation first before we go about doing such things.
You and me, you, me and Godric.
He's going to look at Godric and be like, "No offense, Godric, but I think it needs to be just the two of us."
Godric,
Would you know I'm not there? It's a little fucked up. It's never like, hey, let's send Willie.
Hey, every time something is need to be hunted, cooked, or killed, it's always been, hey, let's send Willie.
Yeah.
Don't they usually end up in drunken escapades?
That's true. Every time I drink, it's always, hey, let's get Willie.
Hay is for horses, and I've got a unicorn. Let's go.
But yeah, he's gonna look at Godric and be like, no offense, until I know what's going on, or until we know what's going on, I don't think we're going to get the honest truth out of this if you're there.
Godric, would you do me a favor? Go
Now-
down
now
below
before?
and keep an eye on Holly and
Oh.
Misty.
Oh, that's not an issue. I thought you were going to ask me to step aside. I was going to say,
No,
you
no,
just
no.
told me that somebody needed help, and you guys have questions about the herringon that's traveling with Miss Holly. Oh, I am not stepping away, but yeah,
No,
I'll be glad to
no,
step
no,
down and keep an eye on him. That's not a problem.
No, Erden's gonna stop everybody and be like, no, you misunderstand. Godric, I'm not telling you to go away. I'm telling you that you need to give us the room for us to get a better understanding into this, because we may lose whatever little trust we do have.
Keep in mind the lower hold is full of herringons. But with that being said, you guys have been on the ship about 2 hours at this point, and the captain calls out, "City in sight! About 20 minutes till docking. Make ready."
Alright, so what you're asking me to do is just go keep an eye on her?
And Pam, you did hear that.
If you would, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, yeah, hearing that, he's just gonna look at you and be like, we need you to keep an eye on both of them.
And I turn and I walk away to head towards the rest of the way down into the holds.
Okay. As soon as,
Put your tokens wherever you guys are.
I'm assuming.
So you guys would have been like in between decks. It's kind of like a spiral staircase kind of situation. So if you like stopped halfway to talk, you'd be here-ish, just up a little bit.
Soon as they get there,
You see Godric finish coming down the stairs.
Godric, I need your help.
Yes, Miss Holly. As a matter of fact, I'm down here to check on you too. And do I notice the marks on her arm?
Make a perception check.
With advantage because you're a healer and overprotective.
I don't know about all that.
I mean that sounds about right, but that's the DM's call.
I mean, you're not evaluating a medical condition. You're just seeing if you notice something different about her. So it'll just be a straight perception check.
I tried, man.
I appreciate it. 13.
You do notice a little bit of blood trickling down her forearm, though.
Miss Holly, your arm.
Yes, about that. So, we need to hide Misty. Where we're going right now, they cannot see her. I need your help. I need you guys' help. We need to make sure that she's hidden and that nobody recognizes her and finds her.
Did you just say
Okay.
that out loud, or are you being
Yes, I
hushed?
did.
Or are you being hushed?
No, I said that out loud so then Erdan and Fitz can kind of hear it as they're kind of coming downstairs, or they're right there next to the stairs.
we're not there, though.
No, they didn't come all the way down. I'm the only one that came all the way down.
Okay. Well, they can hear me whispering something to Godric, like, I sound very anxious, like,
They can make a perception check to see if they hear it.
okay. Sure. Like, she's very
Right.
antsy.
I'm going to reach out and grab Miss Holly's arm.
Okay.
And cast Cure Wounds.
Thank you, thank you.
Neither of you heard what Miss Holly said.
Alright. Well, now that the bleeding stopped, of course. I mean, I'm just going to be straight blunt with you, Miss Holly. I do not know what's going on. I do not like the idea of not knowing what's going on. But you say you need help. She needs help. I'm here to help.
All I can say is that you can trust me.
Of course.
You can trust Misty. she's not here to harm anybody, but right now she needs my help and your help because we're all together. I will tell you more about it when we can. Right now, we just don't have enough time. We have 20 minutes.
Seeing
15.
seeing you kind of struggle with the can't tell, just need you to trust moment, she pops into your head briefly, Miss Holly, and says, I'll just tell him, that way it's not said out loud and he understands. And then Godric, in your head, you hear Misty's voice, and she says, I'm not as I appear. I've escaped, and we're currently going where I escaped from. And if I get returned to him, they will kill me. Miss Holly said she would help.
Then here's what we're going to do. We're in a hold full of herringons. You, if you are a herringon, should be able to blend in with the crew. So I suggest you stay down here and put yourself at the back of the pack. So towards the tip, and I'm gonna point. Yeah, I'll throw down an arrow in that direction.
Fitz, Brad is sending you a DM with some pertinent information for your ongoing conversation.
I suggest you keep yourself tucked away and quiet back over there, and we will prevent anybody from coming down here. There's no need for anybody to be down here with the herringons anyways, right? Yes, no, maybe so? Any reaction?
You'll find out when you get there. You have no idea.
No, I was just asking Misty to go
Oh,
stand at the near the front of the ship, but
she
not upstairs.
she's
Downstairs,
clung to
behind
Miss.
all the herringons.
She's clung to Miss Holly. So hearing you tell her to go stand over there, she just looks up at Miss Holly and waits.
And Miss Holly, you can stay with her. That's fine. But just keep her with the herringons as far behind the herringons so she keeps mixed in.
So,
And I will stand guard at the steps, and I will keep anybody from coming downstairs.
thank you.
Of course, of course. And we'll sort out the details on all this later. That's what I'm being told.
Did you get my message?
Yep.
Okay.
And I will turn and head up the steps and meet these two still standing there.
Did you guys go anywhere?
No, because we were having that conversation that,
Okay.
Was there enough time passed for them to have that conversation?
Couple of minutes.
that conversation would be pretty quick.
Okay. And in that case, I assume I walk up at the end of your conversation and state that, as you guys know, I'm still not 100% on everything that's going on here, but I'm being told that where we are going is a dangerous place for our young herringon. So she is to remain with Miss Holly down in the bowels of the ship with the rest of the herringons, and nobody is to be down here. I'm sure we can make this happen. Yes, guys?
I'm gonna. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Vince.
Is Miss Holly gonna stay down here with her?
Yes, and I'm not going anywhere from where I am right now, so I can keep an eye on her. But I'm not planning on letting anybody else down here either.
All right.
Real quick, Erdan's gonna look at Godric and say, "What else did they tell you?"
They have told me nothing more than she's in danger from the people we are going to see. And I have no intentions of putting anybody in harm's way for anything. Except for maybe Willie, but he's a big boy. He can handle himself.
That's where we go first to be.
As I giggle.
Erdan's gonna look at Fitz, and I feel like Erdan spent more time with Fitz, so he has a closer relationship with Fitz than he does Godric, and he's gonna.
Hey, real quick, Eric, make a perception check. Go ahead, Brad.
He's gonna look at Fitz, and he's gonna ask Erdan's gonna ask Fitz, should we fill him in on everything?
As they're talking, Willie, you can see them all standing at the base of that first flight of stairs, like huddling and whispering to each other. Just if you want to do anything with that.
I tell you what. I am going to go up, send Willie down here, explain to both of them, and I'm going to go talk to the captain. I have a couple questions before we can come up with a plan.
Well, I've been reassured that I will be filled in, but there isn't time for that right now. So I greatly appreciate your efforts, Erdan, to fill me in, but right now we need to batten down the hatches and make sure that if anything goes awry, we're prepared for it. So you guys head up top, make sure everything stays on the up and up. We get done what we need to get done. I'll stand guard at the steps, make sure everybody down here stays safe. Let's just get whatever it is we came to get and get on with our endeavors.
Erdan's he's gonna look at God, why am I drawing a blank now? Godric.
Godric?
And yes, thank you.
It's,
Thank you.
it's not Toddy.
Not Sticky Fingers Toddy.
It's not Toddy.
He's gonna look at Godric and say, if she's really in that much danger, that if need be, he can make her disappear if needed. We've done it before for the group, and we could use it if needed.
Let's just hold off until everything's out on the table. Let's just hold off. Right now, let's just handle one issue at a time. And right now, we're heading into a dock that's one we've never been to. We know nothing about. Number two, other than let me rephrase that. Other than there are people here that want to see somebody who's traveling with us harmed. That is my concern right now. We need to deal with this, and then we can deal with the rest later.
So, out of character, he's talking about making her go invisible, if needed.
Yeah, I out of character. I got that impression, but Godric's mindset is protect all who need to be protected, and right now she needs to be protected. So that's where Godric's mind is. He wants to get back on mission, get back to our ship, and in the meantime, there's somebody in our care that needs protection. So let's just get done what we need to get done and make sure people are protected that need to be protected, and we'll deal with the rest later.
Perfect. All right. So I guess we go.
Godric's kind of a hard ass like that. They need protected. We're going to protect them. Otherwise, we're going to keep moving.
I just wanted to make sure there was no confusion on that, because I realized after I said it, I was like, that kind of came out a little wrong.
That and
you're gonna make her disappear. See.
Now you understand why everybody calls me Daddy. Let's go.
Fitz, as you get back up to the top deck, the captain, everything all right? Y'all kind of ran off there pretty quick.
Yeah, I just had a couple quick questions for you.
Yeah, what's going on?
So we pull in, we grab a couple elementals, and we're out like 5 minutes tops, and nobody actually comes into the ship here?
It usually takes about 30 minutes. They do have to come on board, make sure, we're not loaded down with powder kegs and we're going to blow shit up, but it's routine. It usually takes them about 5 minutes. They check the ship real quick, and then we're allowed to dock and load our cargo, and we're gone.
So they do board the ship to check the contents of it?
Well, yeah, they can't check the contents without boarding the ship.
Makes perfect sense. Okay, yeah. Just kind of curious on that, and then after that, we're heading to the Hoppagon village.
The Herringon village?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we'll be in and out.
They're
You
essentially above my head. Can I hear them?
make a perception check.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if Erdan could hear this also.
If
Only
Erdan came
heard
out
that-
from underneath, then yes, he absolutely could.
Yes, he did. He came up.
Yeah. You can hear this, Godric. But yeah, he assures you that it takes moments for them to check the ship, and from the time they dock to the time they cast off again, maybe 15 minutes. Usually they stay longer, but since they're transporting you guys, it'll be an in and out visit.
Yeah. Which fits, since you're like right there at the top of the steps.
Yeah.
Fitz, I just caught that. Tell him that the Herringons are under our protection, and we if they want to peek down the steps, that's fine. But there's no need for them to come down here and disturb these Herringons. They've been through enough.
Captain, would that be okay if I mean, they just kind of peek down here without disturbing all these Herringons who were just recently captured by pirates and barely freed from a burning, nearly exploding ship? Or
They
do they actually have to come down and
they won't care about that, unfortunately. We're talking about the protection of their city. Like they're gonna want to go down and look, and if we even bring up the option of them not going down, they're gonna think something's up.
Okay, no,
This is
that's
very much a business arrangement, not a trust arrangement we've got going on here. So
no, that's fair enough. I'm looking hard at Aridin, like, go make her invisible, dude.
Yeah, as they're talking, he just kind of slips away down the stairs. Not sneakily, he walks like he's supposed to be there, kind of thing. Walks off down the stairs, back down to Godric.
So I'm gonna. No, never mind. I was gonna say it's one of those like when you try to walk normal but you can't walk normal situations and make you roll a performance check, but nah. Go about your business.
We're here for the game.
Erdan?
Godric, when we land, you have to let me do this.
I have to let you do what?
To make her invisible. I'm going to come out and say it. You have to let me make her disappear. If you don't, you're going to start a fight on this ship, and we don't know what we're walking into.
Invisible. You're not vanishing, you're not sending to another set of planes, you're just invisible.
Invisible. No harm, no foul.
With her permission, of course. It's an easier way of keeping her hidden from her possible tormentors.
This will buy us some time. If this fails and it goes sideways, you have my word that I will do everything to protect this kid.
There's only one concern I have with this. Is if their inspectors have the ability to see through any kind of cloaking, this might look even worse. So might I suggest we do this invisible thing, but we at the same time create some type of camouflage or wall, something to hide her behind?
Out of character, if you're trying to get at one of the cleric spells, I don't know which one you're trying to get at.
Out of character, I'm literally just saying build a wall, hide her behind it, on top of making her invisible.
Sure. So, yeah, back in character, we 100% can make this happen. And just so you know, I don't know what's going on, but she's in a bad way right now, and she needs our help. I know you probably know that, and I can't tell you everything at the moment, but she's in a real bad way and really needs our help.
Well, this seems to be the reoccurring statement that I keep getting, and I'm trying to do everything I can with what little bit of information I have, and I know we don't have time to fill me in, but
Roderick?
Speaking of time, you guys have used about 3/4 of the amount of time. You are fast approaching.
yeah, okay, well,
All right.
you go prepare, and Willie!
Godric, here's where we stand, alright? I have now found out that she is an orphan, and I will burn this world to the ground and protect her. This is where we stand.
Alright, so let's see here. Let's just move over there.
I'll walk over, look at you, and I'll be like, "Are we gonna mutiny and take the ship? I've been thinking about it since we got on board. There's only 2 of them."
And I'm gonna look at you and go, I bet you have, but no, not today, Willie. We got our own ship we're trying to get home to.
God bless you, Willie.
Today's task is to keep the people who are about to board the ship from discovering our young Herringon friend. Erdan is going to try and make her invisible, but I would like to double up the protection by creating a wall of crates and boxes, maybe? Something to keep her hidden behind on top of being invisible? And I thought, if anybody would know how to stack crates properly and make it look like they belong there, you would. And with all these Herringons, as I gesture behind me, you could lead them to put them in that said place.
Alright, Godric, you're putting way too much into this. Here, watch.
No.
Willie, Muggle. The girl is bootleg goods.
Willie, all your time on a ship and going through customs, you know that building any type of false wall, if anything else and not done perfectly, just draws more attention to it.
So, yeah, that's the problem. There's not. I'm looking around here, guys, and I'm just not seeing a lot of good wall making ability.
Fair enough. This is why I called you. Do you have another idea on how we can hide her, Mr. Pirate?
How about under the 8-foot giant person's cloak?
A random mysterious voice whispers into your minds.
Yeah,
That sounds strangely like Yurndris, but he's up watching the city approach.
I feel like he can hear because they're right there.
Can make a perception check to see if he hears.
Okay.
I've made everybody else roll one, so you're actually farther than them.
Oh, yeah!
Look at that.
Right.
You have heard everything, and you're just like, fuckers.
I'm getting pissed off now that they didn't think to bring me into this conversation. And I'm just over here like, hide her under a fucking giant cloak. I don't know what you guys are arguing about stacking boxes. That's not gonna do anything.
What are you talking about?
All right. You guys are on final approach to dock. What are you doing?
So,
This is like
as a-
last chance, no more planning. Whatever you're going to do, you got to do it now. So what are we doing?
Alright. So, Erdan is gonna. Go ahead, Willie.
will these cages move?
No.
They will not move.
No. They are built into the deck of the hull of the ship.
Good. Are these barrels over here in the middle?
No, those are part of the mast. The thing that the hammocks are connected to, those are part of the mast. There's a couple of boxes on the sides there. here,
These barrels
and here.
laid to the
And then
south.
there's like storage boxes and sacks back here. But
What's this wall made of between the two steps? That looks like barrels.
that's barrels. Those are barrels. These are boxes and bags. And then these are like personal effects chests.
No, let's just stuff it in a barrel. That's the best way to do it. They're not going to check all the barrels. Let's stuff it in a barrel.
Actually, Willie, I think they are going to check the barrels because they want to make sure that we don't have explosives.
I'm not going to check all the barrels. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Erdan's gonna approach Miss Holly and Misty, and he's gonna look at them both, and he's gonna look at Miss Holly and be like, "I know we haven't always gotten along, but I need you to just trust me on this right now, because we're about to dock." And he's gonna look at Misty, and he's gonna tell Misty, "You need to let me turn you. You need to let me make you disappear. Let me turn you invisible, so that they can't see you. And we're in the process of trying to figure out how to hide you in case they have something that can see you. But this is our first step." So,
It's okay. It's okay. Yes, go ahead, Erden. I trust you.
For the first time since you guys have met Misty, she responds in a non-scared voice. And she just whispers to you, Erdan, says, "Do it."
and Erdan's gonna reach out and touch Misty on the shoulder and cast invisibility.
Go ahead and drop it on her.
Yeah. One sec here. Where'd it go? There it is. Boop. Alright, it should be on there, I think. Yep, there she is.
Soon as you cast invisibility on her, you feel her body slip out from under your hand, and Pam, you feel her let go of your arm. If you guys want to try and make a perception check, it'll be at disadvantage to try and spot her.
But Erdan can still see her, right, with the juice?
Erdan can. Erdan, you see her, like, step off and away and kind of skitter to the edge and over by the cages.
It doesn't look like she's, like, trying to go upstairs, is she?
No, she's, like, moving slowly and methodically. And she actually, as time moves on, a few seconds later, she actually tiptoes her way back and hides underneath the steps, like below where Godric is. Kind of mingled in with the crates and the bags, but under the steps back there.
Okay. So Erdan is really quickly, because I'm guessing we're getting ready to dock, so Erdan is going to come over here, and as he's about to go up to the steps, to Godric and them, he's going to whisper so that Misty can hear, and he's going to say, "Don't move, don't cast anything, don't do anything, just stay as still as possible."
You see her nod.
Okay.
And then he's going to walk upstairs to Godric and Willie, which I'll put him over here just for the sake of argument.
Yep.
And he's going to look at Godric and say, "It's done."
Good. Where is she?
And he's going to, worry about who else is around, he's going to point right underneath Godric's feet.
Good. You go upstairs, act as business as usual. Willie, you stay here with me. We're gonna, if anybody asks, we're guarding the herringons to keep them safe. Miss Holly. We call for Miss Holly.
Yes.
I have a crazy idea. Just come stand with me.
As you call for Miss Holly, you can hear the captain up above. "Ah, my friend Aren. It's been quite some time indeed. How goes it as the ship has now docked and he is greeting the inspector? Couldn't continue, Mike?
Once Miss Holly gets there, I'm gonna tell her, um, stay here with me. If anybody asks, you have an ailment that I'm trying to fix.
Okay.
With him comes 2 air elementals. We just kind of sit there in the front of the ship. Man, those tokens are whack, though. I just know I pulled them straight out of Fantasy Grounds. I did not design those. Anybody above deck can hear Pecht and Aren exchanging pleasantries, and yeah, it's been some time. Looks like you got some additional passengers this time around, though. Usually it's just the 2 of you. Ah, yes. Some wanderers who bargained for passage to a Harengon village. We're dropping them off as soon as we depart from you. Oh, do you guys have any last minute stuff
Yeah, real quick.
while they're conversing?
Erdan's gonna look at Fitz and be like, "It's done. We need to continue business as usual and run interference if needed." Kind of give him a wink.
Okay.
And then he's really quickly gonna walk over to Yindris and just on the down low, so nobody else can hear, he's just gonna tell Yindris, "We have someone who needs help downstairs. Be ready if it goes sideways."
Idris, he's not gonna respond. He's just gonna walk off and give Erdan a glare. Just walk off.
All right, well, let's get this inspection done with. It sounds like you've got a busy day ahead of you. Quite. You know your way. I'll be right behind you. And he makes his way, sees Miss Holly and Godric standing at the top of the stairs, so sidesteps to the other stairs.
I'm going to walk down the barrels. Miss Holly behind me.
So, like, right there.
Yeah, right there. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's where I was heading. Yep.
Perfect. He stops and starts looking through the barrels, pops a few corks here and there. Hauling anything out of the normal, Pecht? No, nothing. Oh, you got a bunch of Harengons too. Are they part of the transport, or are you expanding your business horizons? Oh no, they're part of the refugees that survived. We're taking them along. Quite.
Erdan's gonna head down to the top of the stairs.
My, you're a big feller. I bet you make great work on the ships, he says to you, Willie.
I've been known to get around, yeah.
Well, if you're ever looking for more work, we could always use more captains from the Sky City. If you're not willing to get your hands dirty. He says with an evil chuckle. And then he walks on. Is that one all right? They both look a little pale in the face.
Yeah, Miss Holly's been having some ailments. I'm a cleric of Apollo, and she's under my care.
Never heard of Apollo. And he walks off. And up the stairs. All right, well, pristine as usual, Pecked. You know your way. Get docked, get loaded, and see you next time. Of course. They clasp arms, and he exits the ship. The ship is just off from the Sky City. And I made a map, so I'll show you guys. This is what the Sky City looks like. It literally looks like a bunch of tribal huts on a cloud. Pretty simple, but you guys are down about here right now. But as soon as you clear, the captain gets back at the helm, the ship comes in and just kind of sets down right on top of the cloud. And as it's lowering, anybody watching be like, okay, we're just going to go through the cloud, but it rests firmly on the top of the cloud, and you guys are docked. Anybody doing anything from the time the inspector and the elementals leave the ship? Or are we just playing a waiting game right now?
Well, I mean, I'll turn to Miss Holly and tell her that I brought you over and wanted you to say that in case there was an aura coming from Misty. That's why I called you over and had you stand here, because I know Misty is right where we are. So you
okay.
were covered.
Thank you.
You did your job
I
well, Miss
appreciate
Holly.
that.
And thank you, Willie.
Thank you, Willie.
I would prefer to kill them cleanly, but whatever.
Of course, Willie, of course.
True to his word, it only takes about 20 minutes parked at the Sky City. Rote leaves the ship, comes back about 15 minutes later with a crate full of crystals. Looks like there's about 6 of them in there. They're maybe the size of 2 fists together, so half the size of a head. They all have a blue glow to them. All right, Captain. We're good. We can launch. He says, all right. And the ship sets off from the Sky City.
Once we take off, I look at Miss Holly and I would wager our coast is clear now that the ship is moving again. So why don't you tend to your young friend and I'll head up top and see where we're at.
Okay.
And then Godric is going to head upstairs.
As soon as you walk up, the captain calls out, "Hey, Godric.
Yeah.
Noticed that little mousy type wasn't hanging on your friend. Where'd she run off to?"
Oh, you know those Herringons. She's probably mixed in with the other ones, and you just didn't notice her. That's all.
Make a deception check.
It's gonna go really well. Holy shit!
With a -1.
Yes! I know! That's why I thought it was gonna go horrible.
Well, he rolled a 9, so you were good either way.
Bro, you just bullshitted the fuck out of that.
I know! Holy fuck!
He goes, yeah, they seem a bit squirrely. That makes sense. And he just goes back about his business flying the ship.
I'll turn to look at Fitz and go.
Oh, it'll only take us maybe another 3 hours to get to the burrows, to the beast hides. So
Sounds great.
make
Thank
yourselves
you, Captain.
comfortable.
I look at Fitz and crisis averted. And I don't know if this is the place, but I'm thinking as soon as we land, we have a group meeting, get to the bottom of all this.
Yeah. I mean, you go talk to Erdan. He can kind of explain what's going on right now.
Right, but we have all kinds of ears as I kind of shrug at the captain. I'd rather not talk any more than we already have.
All right, fair enough.
Pam, you hear in the back of your head, is it safe? Are we gone?
Yes, yes. It's safe.
You still can't see her, but you can feel her latch back onto your arm.
Oh, hello there.
Anybody else got anything for the next 3 hours?
Can I read?
What was that, Pam?
Can I read?
Yeah. I put 3 hours on there for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna lean back in the sandbag on it, take a nap.
Okay.
Erdan's gonna come over to Yindris and say, walk and talk with me.
Yindris is gonna respond, no, leave me alone.
She's going through her emo phase again.
Can I hear that?
Leave me alone.
Yeah, you guys can hear it.
Okay.
Um,
I'm going to head over.
you would be able to see Misty. That invisibility only lasts a minute, so it would have lasted as long as the
That one's
inspector
an
was.
hour.
You put the grater on, right?
No, I put the regular. Just that's why I told her don't cast any spells, don't move, don't do anything.
Character. Because I just pulled one of them up. Oh, okay, there it is. I missed it. An hour. So after an hour, she'll reappear. But sorry for interrupting. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. I'm gonna walk over to the group. With Yurndris and Erdan. Erdan, can you give us a minute?
Absolutely. He'll come over here. And you know what? He's never done this. He'll walk over and give Sir Fluffy Butts a couple of pets.
Okay.
I'll shift around to where where Erdan is next to Yurndris, so I don't have to talk real loud. Keep it soft. And lean towards Yurndris and go, we've been traveling long enough. I know that tone. What's going on, Yurndris?
I have nothing to say to any of you right now. So if you could just give me my space. Thank you.
We've been traveling companions and let. Oh, I like to lead into friends for a while now. If you got an issue, we can figure it out.
It's best for me to not talk about it here and now with all of these ears listening in. So, just...
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll let you be then. And then I'll head back over this way. Just idle chit chat with
Okay.
the rest of them unless they got anything.
Oh, not really. Oh, actually, there's probably too many prying ears around right now. Never mind.
All right. Somebody roll me a d20.
Does it matter who?
Nope.
Oh, well, there's your d20.
Okay. The rest of the voyage goes on uneventful, and you guys pull into the Beast-Tide Burrows. It has been, we did the math pre-show, 1 week, and you're on the 5th day of the 2nd week since you departed here for the grotto to deal with the lichens. But the captain docks at the top of the tree. There's a small opening that seems to work just well enough for the tree to get in. He wishes you all a safe travels.
We well, I can't speak for everybody else, but I will stand at the base of the whatever we're using, plank. Um, make sure that the herringons get down safely.
Okay.
If memory serves me correctly, there was 15.
There were
Right?
21 aside from Misty.
Okay, so I will count hands to make sure we got everybody.
You count all 21, and number 22 is still attached to Miss Holly. Waiting for you as you get off the ship is Madame Pompey. Her elder self. Oh, we were starting to wonder about all you. She sees all the herringons start to file off the ship and goes, well, I recognize some of these little snoots, and as she boops one of the younglings on the nose, and goes, see you found some stragglers along the way.
If nobody else has got anything to say, yeah, they were captives that we freed, and we figured what better place to bring them than to the burrows.
Well, this would be where they belong if they were incarcerated of any sort or captured, whatever may have been. We have plenty of time for you to fill me in on the details, of course, with dinner. I'm assuming everything went well and we can turn that dinner into a feast.
Sounds good. We have a new companion you need to meet. Erdan?
Hold on. I'm trying to open that. There we go. He's going to step forward, but he's also going to be, like, a little cautious at the same time.
You know Madame Pompey.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, you and her have negotiated the terms of the treaty over the years, so you and her are familiar with each other.
Gotcha, okay. So, and I'm guessing we're on good terms at least if we've
Word
negotiated.
has reached about your activities and the result of them, so she's not like, oh my god, kill the beast when she sees you, but there's definitely some hard feelings
I'm on the map twice.
that linger.
Okay.
No, you're not.
Well then, yeah, you just...
I'm in Madame Pompey's domicile, plus I'm down there with the
Oh, that was a random token. That wasn't even a character thing.
Oh. I'm what?
There you go.
By myself.
As you guys finish getting off the ship wastes no time. They cast off immediately with goodbye, farewell, safe travels.
Look, guys.
Where's Willie?
Did I forget him too?
He's not eating elementals, is he?
No, he's there. I just missed him.
I'm gonna lean over to Godric and be like, who the hell's this gray hair?
She's the leader.
Oh, this is that Pompey lady you talked about.
Yeah, that would be correct.
Jacob, what was my captain's name again?
Nord.
Nord. That's right. I want to add that to my notes. Okay. I'm gonna pull out the book I found and go walking up to her.
Okay.
Madame Pompey. I believe
Pompey, dear.
Pompey?
Not
Pompey?
Pompey.
Alright, well, however you pronounce that, alright.
Here, I'll change the spelling to make it easier.
Pompey. I believe your granddaughter works for me.
I have many granddaughters. All of them have lived here their entire lives.
No, this one's on the prime material plane. And I'm going to whip out the book and show her why I believe that while describing Nord to her.
Let me pull that book. Hold on one second. That was a while ago. I gotta double check what I wrote. Child, not grandchild.
Child, oh.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow I got it in my head it was grandchild, but okay. Yeah, even better. Your daughter.
My daughter. My daughter died years ago, before we even came to the Feywild.
No. No, she escaped and then I found her and we grew up together and now she serves as the captain of my guards.
For brevity's sake, we'll say you make your way back to the hut, sit down with her, the bloodline book, tell her your backstory portion where you found the village being attacked, relating it to the records in the book showing that that's where a tribe of Harengon were prior to coming to the Feywild, and just kind of like connecting the dots, basically.
And so, that's how I met your daughter.
If she truly is alive,
and she is.
It's tell me of her.
I'm gonna scroll back in my mind through. It's like, no, I can't tell her mom that story. Oh God, I can't tell her that one either.
Has she made a good life?
Yes. Like I said, she's the captain of my guard, and we've been out on many patrols, many fights together. We have slain an endless number of undead. She helped secure a kingdom.
You guys, everybody else can move their tokens wherever you guys want to be while this is going on. Or just wait and we'll retcon it.
I'll tell her stories about our battles and about saving each other's lives and when I found her and, just like growing up as almost like brother and sister, kind of like she was a little sister, because obviously she was younger, but I'm just going to regale her with tales using all my charisma and just trying to make her feel like she was there, like she could see it in her mind.
That sounds wondrous. It sounds like she's had quite the extravagant life and really risen from the ashes, so to speak. Tell me, married, kids?
No, not yet. Right now she's kind of married to the job, but it is kind of unfortunate because at the time I was sent to the Astral Sea, we had just kind of got everything settled down. Her and her bugbear were kind of meeting new people, and because obviously if the bugbear doesn't like them,
Owl
the owl bear, if the owl bear doesn't like them, then she's that's just never gonna work out.
You filled her in on the owl bear portion of that, right? I'm assuming how you found them together and all that. Okay. Oh, wondrous.
Tali, did you mean to be inside the hut or outside the hut?
Pam.
Yeah.
Did you mean to be inside the hut or outside the hut?
No, outside. I'm kind of.
Okay.
It fits this, but I'm like in the outside area. I'm not inside listening to what's going on.
Sitting, chilling.
Okay.
Something like that. I'm just.
Okay.
I don't want to be too far. Like, I don't want to get too involved with Misty being with me, so I'm just staying like outside.
Oh, okay. I was afraid it was a mismove and you meant to be inside. That's why I was asking.
No.
Okay.
I'm also kind of keeping an eye. I mean, I don't know. Can I really see Invis from here?
Yeah, you could see Yndris from where you're at.
Okay. I'm also kind of keeping an eye on Yindra since he's kind of being weird at the moment. But I want to give him his space to be able.
You know, I just realized Nord was my very first orphan.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
by the sounds of it, you've done a wondrous job with her. She kind of like
Gullible woman.
she kind of like leans in close and gets quiet and goes, "Tell me, what would it take for you to take me to her?"
Um, can you really leave your responsibilities here for that long?
I'm past the point of responsibilities here. There's more than enough other members to carry on. I do perform important work, but I'm not the only one who does what I do. And believe me, a chance to reconnect with family from the before time, nobody will bat an eye at it. Nobody who was around back then, at least.
After hearing that, Godric's gonna look up and say, on that note, any news on our ship?
Oh, it's well underway. Not quite there yet, but it's going. Your tree woke up a couple days ago,
Trevor's up.
asking for
Excellent.
you. That's all he's done is ask for you since he woke up.
Of course, that's my boy.
We actually had to calm him magically at one point. He was unconsolable. Thinks you're dead.
Well, I mean, we were in a major crash, and so he hasn't seen any sign of life. So it doesn't surprise me. But since we're on the subject, that's tangent to you guys helping us. The task you sent us out for to curb the lichen issue that you were having, and we have managed to find the queen of the lichens that were attacking your herringons. Uh, with Erdan's guidance and help, we managed to locate her and send her away. So your lichen problems should be solved. And I believe Erdan has the intentions of talking official business with
Yes.
you on all that.
There will have to be a conversation regarding the treaty, but I'll have to gather the council for that. That's not something I can handle myself. I rest assured that all hostilities are to cease in the meantime.
I look at Erdan.
She's looking at Erdan too.
Erdan will assure her there is absolutely going to be no hostilities towards them.
Good. If that holds up, I don't see any reason why, given the situation that was reported, we can move past it.
And might I throw this bit out in case I'm not present for the renegotiations of the treaty? Maybe add a stipulation that the Herringons reach out to the head of the lichens before assuming all the lichens are breaking said treaty.
It'll
Because
be
I think some of this confusion could have been avoided had somebody came and talked to Erdan, who was the leader of the lichens at the time.
I can pass the message along, but of course we must respond in kind to what is being acted upon us, regardless of the true situation. Surely that can be understood, as she looks at you again, Erdan.
Erdan's just going to. He doesn't agree with it. He's going to kind of grimace for a second, and he'll just nod his head quietly. in acknowledgement.
Well, I'm sure you're all tired, hungry. It's getting to be about late afternoon at this point. She will again offer her hut down below, her home, to you guys for the evening, should you wish.
What was the hike time to the?
1 day, a little less than a day.
Okay.
But she'll offer her hut to you for the evening, should you choose. There'll be a feast in the courtyard shortly. And looking again at you, Erdan, the council will assemble tonight for you to hash out, for us to hash out or renegotiate the treaty and make sure it's still intact and possibly renegotiate some of the finer points.
So is this that super old rabbit lady who's talking?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll be like, I'll take up your offer on the hut if you think you can handle it.
You're in the hut with them then. What'd you say?
The hut. She wanted somebody to stay in the hut.
Well, she offered it to you guys to sleep in for the evening, so you're not traveling overnight. Get back to your ship.
She wasn't propositioning you, Willie.
No, she was offering you a place to sleep like she did for Miss Holly and Michelangelo the first time they came to visit.
Well, the offer still stands. I'll better.
Can I?
Make a persuasion check.
Can I ask one more thing of you, Miss Pompey?
Of course. What is it, dear?
You've offered the hut for us to sleep in for the night. Can we use the hut, or is there another place that me and my group, can have some private time to discuss some things that we need to discuss?
Nobody will enter the hut, dear. I sleep up here, as I did last time. It'll be yours for the evening.
Okay. Well, before we continue with the treaty and all that fun stuff, I want to try and gather the group up then. But I'll let you continue with Willie first.
She looks at you and just doesn't even entertain the idea. She hears you say the offer's still there and just immediately turns away and keeps talking to Godric.
You are so pretty.
I thought you were talking to me there for a second, Fitz. I was like, what the?
Oh, sorry, no, I was cutting the cat.
I just heard you're so pretty. Get the fuck
Sorry. My
God.
wife has a crazy ass cat that the only time I can touch it is when it's eating or drinking.
Ah,
And it's so soft, it's a beautiful cat. It's just fucking nuts.
Gotcha.
I was afraid we were going to go furry there for a minute. I was like, what? Oh, Fitz, whoa.
And I was like, I mean, whatever, Fitz. I mean, you're pretty too.
Aw, thank you, Willie. Sorry, I seriously thought my mic was off there.
Nope, you're good. All good. Anything else outside of the hut? So, Miss Holly, Yerndris, what are you two up to while they're doing their talky talks?
I want to talk to Yandris.
Okay. Before we do that, you spent some time sitting up on the ledge. Yerndris, what were you up to prior to Miss Holly coming and finding you?
On the floor.
You cut out a little bit there.
Sitting on the floor.
Sitting or shitting?
Sitting. S-I-T-T.
Just
Sit.
dropping one right in the walkway. Okay.
No, sit.
Okay. All right. Well, eventually, you get a good probably 20, 30 minutes of chill time before Miss Holly comes up. That's you, Pam.
Yandris, What's going on?
Not gonna respond to you. He is
I see
gonna
you.
just stand there and not say anything.
I see you being quiet and you seem upset, but I don't understand why you're upset.
I don't want to speak to you right now. I don't want to speak to any of you. Leave me alone.
Okay, when you're ready to talk, I'm here, and I'm gonna pet Hamish and walk away.
Godric, you wanted to kind of gather everybody, I'm assuming in that hut.
Yeah, yeah. I'll
Okay.
step out onto the balcony, knowing that we're only missing Miss Holly and Yurdris, and call out to them. Would you two please come join us in the hut so we can get?
So the hut she offered is actually the one just directly underneath where you're currently at. It's this one here.
Okay, well that's where I'm going to direct everybody to gather. And Yurdris, I know you said you don't want to talk to us, but will you please at least come listen so that you're aware of what's going on as well? Please.
Is anybody not going?
Oh.
That's all right. I got it.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody makes their way into the hut. Sir Fluffybutt has a hard time fitting through the door, so he's going to stand outside. But you're all in the
Okay.
hut.
Once we've all gathered, I look at everybody and say, okay, so there's been a whole lot of confusion, and some of us know what's going on, some of us don't. It's time we get everything out on the table so we can work as a group on whatever this issue is. So, it's all centered around Misty. So, Misty, I'm going to open the floor. Can you please explain to the group what exactly is going on?
Clinging to Miss Holly's arm, Erdan, you hear in your head, "Is it safe? Is there any evil nearby?"
Erdan's going to look at Fitz and ask him if he detects any evil nearby at all.
I will use my divine thingy-majig and detect good and evil.
Okay. You, for story's sake, we'll say you make a show of it. You know, say a prayer and a divine energy kind of radiates for a moment, and you don't detect any evil.
I look at everybody and just give them a nod.
So Erdan's going to look back at Misty and say that she's in safe company and that she can open up to everybody here.
As soon as you let her know that, she lets go of Miss Holly's arm and walks around the hut. There's 3 windows to the hut, but she walks and shuts all the windows and stands in the middle of the room, and you can all tell her demeanor has changed drastically. She's no longer the scared, skittish little thing she has been. She's a little more confidently acting. First, thank all of you. You have freed me without being a part of my freedom itself. For that is a debt I cannot repay. But here's the truth. And she reaches, as if pulling a ring off a finger, and you see her form shift. She is no longer a herringon. She is an air genasi, similar to the one you saw aboard the ship for the inspection. You see her standing a little over 5 feet tall, probably about 5'4", 5'5". She has studded leather armor on, a rapier, and a hand crossbow sheathed on her duty belt, so to speak.
Taller?
What?
Did she get taller?
About a foot taller than what she was as a Herringon. So she's like just over 5 foot right now. She's still short, but about a foot taller than she was as a Herringon.
Oh, Godric, everybody's short.
The other big thing you notice is her skin is covered in scars. And not like they just happened and healed over. The kind of scars that were open and then healed and then reopened and healed. And her arms and neck and face are just covered in these scars. And she begins to regale a story. Being born to the air djinn that rules the Sky City. His name is... Give me a second. I've got it here. His name was Shadal. Shadddaal.
Spell that one more time.
Shadddaal.
I mean, at this point, there's
Well,
no importance to me, so.
just in case you want it for your notes, that's what his name is.
Write it down, Erdan. Write it down.
She briefly touches on how air genasi's come to be, and it's basically when a djinn has sex with something that's not another djinn. So air genasi are half djinn, half something else. And she is half human. The rest of the air genasi are half Eladrin that live in the Sky City. And this immediately made her an outcast. She was treated very similar to a slave by all of her siblings. And her father didn't care. He's almost like a collector of entities, is a way to put it. And she was just another tick in that box. Years and years of abuse and torture and not really fitting into any type of job environment. She overheard two of her sisters talking about killing her in her sleep and made the decision that it was the time to go, and hid and snuck aboard a ship and was just barely able to escape before being recaptured by Captain Claus. And then running into you guys, and you know the story from there.
After hearing that, Godric's going to look at her and say, if your father was a bit of a collector, and you are, lack of better terms, part of his collection, is he going to be looking for you? Is this the danger you're referring to?
Well, I don't know that he'll come after me. Nobody's ever gotten off the Sky City before. But I know that if he ever found me, I'll be dead.
Oh, that's unacceptable.
You'll be dead by him or by one of your sisters?
Fitz, now you know that doesn't matter.
Doesn't
No,
matter.
no, I'm curious as to who we should go kill in the Sky City.
See, that's what I'm saying. I'll pull out my jug and I'll be like, beer. And I'll take a swig and I'll be like, we were there. We could have just killed him already. We could have just went in there. Day late and a dollar short.
I don't know what my father will do, but I know for a fact my sisters will kill me.
Well, the question then lies. The question that now lies before us is whether or not they're actively hunting you. Then,
Well,
because if they're just going to kill you on sight, I I see no reason why you, as an outcast, wouldn't fit in with our little group here. As I turn and kind of look at the rest of everybody, any objections?
Before you give your answers, I can offer some aid from the conversations I've overheard. I understand you're getting a ship fixed currently.
Correct.
A living, if I heard correctly. I've only heard of them in stories, but it is a living ship, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Do you already have rune stones or an elemental in employ?
A negative.
Then it sounds like you need me as much as I need you to help me.
Then
I
I'm
unless
looking
you
around.
have some other way of making your ship fly without an elemental or a rune stone, the part of me that is elemental can be of assistance to you.
I look at Willie. I know how the ship operates, but I don't know the means to make it float. Is this correct, Willie?
Willie, you would know that ships in the astral sea don't have any function to help them levitate.
Yeah,
The
yeah, we have.
spell jam is like it helps control the fall, quote unquote.
Yeah, we have a spelljammer hat. That's how we fly using pure magic.
So, you saying her assistance to make the ship fly is or isn't needed?
I'm not saying that she would be useful. I'm just saying that theoretically, the spelljammer helm is the propulsion that we have for the ship, powered by Miss Holly.
Okay, well, let's do this then. How about we bring Misty on a trial basis? If things don't work out, we find a safe place for her to be, and if they do work out, find a place for her on the ship. If
Fitz is
anybody's got
already
any other
handing.
ideas,
What were you gonna say, Fitz?
Fitz is already handing Misty some adoption papers to sign.
I don't know how to read. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You just need to sign here. If you have any questions, I can explain it.
I don't know how to write either.
Just make an X. It's okay.
She kind of looks over at Miss Holly like, do I do this?
Yes, you're safe with us, and we will protect you. You're part of us now, so we will protect you. We will kill your sisters whenever we have a chance, if we will, and your father if we need to. And you will never have to be in danger again. But for the time being, even if that happens, you're gonna be staying safe with us until we decide whether you can stay with us forever and a day, or we'll just make sure that you be safe. But we'll protect you regardless.
And Erdan will say that she will have a home with his tribe if needed.
There you go.
I take a long draw from my jug. Be like, look, guys, I say, Sky City, we kill the.
You froze up there, Eric.
it's pretty
back?
good, but
Yep. Now you're back.
I'm gonna say, look, we need to go to the sky city. Okay, we need to start a sky kingdom. It's gonna that is where it's at. We'll just take over. I was looking at what does your dad have? As I take another drink from my jug.
Well, he himself is a powerful djinn. He's got close to 200 air genasi like me, and probably 5 times as many air elementals at his command.
Willie, I'm thinking we're pretty badass, but I don't think we're that badass to take on a whole army.
If it's all the same to you, I'd like to put my ring back on now, if that's okay.
Oh,
Erdam
that
will nod.
Godric will nod.
She shifts back into the
Shove it.
Harangon, and she doesn't go back to being like the shy individual she was, but she does step back next to Miss Holly. Kind of like
Alright.
in case anybody walks in sort of thing, so she can just grab on.
Now that business is concluded, guys, anybody else have anything they'd like to air out while we're here? As I look around at each and every one of you.
We all turn to look at Yendris.
Gonna say anything.
This is a safe place, Yendris. You can say anything here.
Unless if it's a safe place or not, I have nothing to say to any of you.
Well,
do for you guys today?
My name is Gindros. This is my companion Hamish. I'm looking to get some armor made for him specifically.
Oh, custom orders. I love custom work. It gets a little monotonous just doing the same thing over and over. You know, and he kind of like bounces when he chuckles. Any particular type or style?
What do you need?
I mean, I really only work with leather. You know, I can do little studs to reinforce it a little bit. Um, was there anything like that that might interest you?
Yeah, totally. The studded leather option sounds
Studded.
fantastic.
Why don't you bring Hamish in here and put him up on my workbench so I can take some measurements and you know we can talk about it.
I can do that. He picks up Hamish and sets him on the table.
Buster pulls out some. It's a rope, but it's got knots tied in intervals on it. And he starts taking a bunch of measurements and oh, you know this won't be as bad as I thought it would. It's just a couple of slight alterations and we can do this there and put a strap there and well, I've already got the leather that's studded over there for that project. I can and after about 5 minutes of talking to himself while he's taking measurements, he goes, yeah, I could definitely rig something up here. It'd be ready pretty quick actually. I've got something on the way that can easily be redirected for this. Run you about 450 gold.
Sounds good to me, sir.
Alrighty, and pay up front if that's all right with you, just in case you run off. I know you guys are kind of in and out.
Oh, I can totally pay up front.
Okay,
Hands him the gold.
I took that off your sheet there.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, come back. Oh, ooh. It should be done by morning. It might take me a couple hours tomorrow to finish it and polish it up and whatnot. But yeah, come back tomorrow morning. You sleep in, get some rest, and come back tomorrow morning and see where I'm at with it. Just not too early, so I make sure I have enough time to finish it up.
I greatly appreciate it.
You're very welcome. And what about you, Mr. Shiny? He bounces again.
I'm actually looking for a metalworking armorer.
Oh, well, I mean, the little bit of metal we do work with, I work with here, and it's mainly just spear tips and studs. I don't really do any metal armor of sorts. You know, you gotta be quick and nimble if you want to be a herring gun.
Yeah. Well, and unfortunately, I'm looking for some full plate barding for my unicorn.
Oh yeah, that's something that would take quite some time to acquire the resources and get it processed. And of course, the unicorn would have to stay here through the whole process so we could take measurements and fit as we go. And it would take probably 2 or 3 months to gather enough resources and get it put together.
And that would probably cost a lot of money.
Oh yeah, a custom piece like that, and you're probably looking upwards of 2,000 or 3,000 gold to make sure, because there's going to be some trial and error. Nobody here's ever made anything like that, so between resources and labor alone, it's gonna cost you a pretty penny. What's a penny? A pretty gold.
Okay, well, I will think about that then.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't be more help on that, but I just we don't have the capability or the specializations for it, unfortunately.
No, that's fine. I completely understand. I just thought I would check into that.
All right. Well, we are after 12 o'clock, so we will pick it up here next week. I will just go ahead and right off the bat, I'll say, Yndris, you go back by in the morning, and the armor's there. Fits like a glove. And he...
Wait. More importantly, did Yindris drink from the jug?
No.
Monster. Disrespect in the jug. Well, we'll finish it off.
You know what? I'm gonna see if the armor wants a drink out of the jug.
Oh, no, that's all right. I stick to my carrot juice.
Thought I'd offer.
That armor will give him a +1 to his AC. If I did my math right. If I did my math right. Hold on a second.
Yeah, up the shit on the Hamus over there. Like it.
Yep.
Gotta be buffed out. He's almost dying.
+1, so it bumps up to 15.
Yeah.
Can I add a little extra to intimidation checks? I mean, making him look badass like that.
He's already got a spiked collar.
I mean, like, if I saw a Shadow Master coming at me, I'm already gonna be shitting myself. But if I saw it in armor, like, it would probably bigger shit. Just saying, it'd be a bigger shit.
But that's it for this week. Thanks everybody for coming to watch. We are going to run a raid tonight. Random person we're raiding is Witchy Hollow. They are playing some D&D as well. So I'll kick everybody over there in 2 seconds. But if not, we'll see you Sunday for episode 4 of Waters of the Deep. Or we'll see you back here next week for another episode of Lord Z's Fantastic Dungeon. Bye.